What's good? What's good? What's good, big face? What's good, man? It's all good on my end, man. You know that. It's all good on my end of the field, man. I'm trying to get ready to roll out, so I said, let me tap in for a minute. Finna get ready to roll out, man. Ain't no doubt already. It's been a good day today, man. Now I got to go take care of something else. Where I'm headed to, wherever the wind blow me. Wherever the wind blow me, man, that's where I'm headed to, wherever the wind blow me, man. Wherever the wind blow me. Ain't no doubt. Yeah, wherever the wind blow me, that's where I'm headed to, man. But yeah, I won't be gone long, though. Real spill. Hey, big face. Puff Daddy say he had to get a few of them charges dropped against him, huh? The DA had, I ain't no doubt. No, listen what I'm gonna tell you. It don't matter where you go. Can't nothing blow you to Savage Drive unless you blow yourself to Savage Drive. Remember that. The streets can't do it to you. You gotta do it to yourself. Real spill. Whatever happened in your life, you gotta do it to yourself. Streets ain't got nothing to do with it. That's for real. But that's wishful thinking though. Cause I understand one thing. As long as it stay on your mind, you ain't gotta worry about it. Real spill. You ain't gotta worry about it, man. Yeah. Hey, big face. But boy, boss man will be here in a minute, man. I need him to get here before all the trolls get here, cause you know they on the way, right? I need big face. I need boss man to get here before all the trolls get here, so we can moderate this thing, right? While I talk about Sean Diddy Combs, right? Yeah. That old DA dropped a couple of them charges against Sean Diddy Combs, man. Yeah. They dropped 3 of them charges against Sean Diddy Combs, man. And all of a sudden, he might. Now, we ain't gonna count him in right now. We not gonna count Puff saying he gonna walk right now, but we gonna take a look at it, right? The people on TMZ seem to think so. Man, what's good, Southwest, man? Y'all know what time. Hit that like button for me, man, when y'all show up in this joint, man. Pound it. And if you hear by way of live feed, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I am who? The one and only Mr. 110, and this is your platform where you can come speak freely until you start trolling, and then I have to put some boots on the ground. Real spill. What's up, brother? It's all good. It's all good on my end, man. Hit that like button. If y'all hear by way of live feed, hit that like button. We ain't gonna be here too long. I got a couple of places I gotta go to, so I give you my word, I ain't gonna hold you long, right? We just gonna have a small conversation about the one and only, the baby oil man, right? As they call him in upstate New York, Sean Puff Daddy Combs, AKA the dealer, the one that threw all the massive freakoffs. And he included a whole bunch of people, right? He included a whole bunch of people that came to his party, but none of those people came to testify on his behalf. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why a lot of them people that was supposed to be friendly of his didn't come to testify on his behalf. Real spill, man. That's real talk. A lot of them people that showed up at them parties did not come and testify on his behalf, right? And soon as they got ready to close in the closing arguments, or they getting ready for closing arguments, the DA say, you know what? We not gonna bring these cases right here to the jury, so we gonna drop them. Yeah, so they dropped 3 cases, right? They dropped 3 cases. Now that could be a win for the diddler, or it could be a win for the DA to where what they saying, we can't prove them other cases that we dropped, so we just gonna stick to what we can prove and hope we get a conviction. That's what it sounds like to me. But on the back end of that, it's real strange. All of a sudden, don't nobody want to testify. They don't want nobody to come to the stand and testify for him. That's real strange. Who cares? Hell, he probably go scot-free. Well, it's a lot of people care. It's a lot of people care whether he goes scot-free or not. Mainly the people that testified against him in the court. Those people are the ones that care. Those people that care. Now, I hope that answered your question that you asked me, although you probably wasn't looking for that answer, but I went ahead and answered because that's the kind of person I am. That's who care. Now, the people on the outside looking in don't give a fuck, but I will say this. The people in his family care too, because they don't want to see the bread want to go to penitentiary for life. Boy, I say, yeah. They dropped 3 of them, man. But they still got 3, they still got some cases pending that they gonna use in the closing argument. I'm saying everybody should care, but there's a lot of people that wanted to go, hey man, it is what it is. Was he go scot-free or not? I'm just addressing the question you said, who cares? Now I find that to be a relatively not so educated question. That's just like saying, who cares if you wake up in the morning? Now, the people on the outside might not care, but the people that love you, they care. So you could have put that with that, and you could have answered that question yourself versus asking me, who cares, or just saying that out loud, who cares? Real talk. There's a lot of asswipes that think this guy's a hero and they want him to go free. Well, I got to agree with that. See how we can agree on that? I will agree with you on that. A lot of people do think that, but I'm not one of them. So let's clarify that right now. I'm not one of those guys that think he's a hero. I think he's just an ordinary guy that like to participate in off-the-record shit. He like to participate in other games. He like to participate in other games. Ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? The world glorifies people like him. Oh, I beg the difference on that. I don't think the world glorifies him. It's the feds hipping the fellow fed out. State charges drop. We'll do no time. Well, I'm glad that's your opinion. We all got opinions, but we know one thing. An opinion is like what? And everybody got one. That's what an opinion is. But you can voice your opinion here, man. We listen, we don't judge. That's what we don't do. However, we shall see. I just found it very peculiar that the state dropped these charges, although it's still charges pending that they gonna argue in the court. Then all of a sudden on the back end, his lawyer said, we not gonna bring no witnesses. Yeah, we not gonna bring no witnesses. But before this happened, they said they need a couple of weeks to prepare their witnesses. And all of a sudden, there ain't no witnesses showing up. I just found that real strange. Ain't no witnesses showing up. So that tell me one thing. Either some inside information going on, or the prosecution really can't prove their case like they thought they could. Now, as we all know one thing, these people that's prosecuting this case now are not the people that brought the initial charges against Sean Combs. It was the other prosecutor. But he told his ass when Trump came. You know what I'm saying? I know I wouldn't want him around my daughter. Well, the thing about it is this. The thing about it is this, is that if anybody's daughter is of age, now check it out, if anybody's daughter is of age, that daughter gonna go wherever the hell she wanna go. Now in this case that he's been tried for, you don't see no kids involved. Ain't no kids involved. All these people are grown. All these people that are involved are grown. Your daughter shouldn't be around him. Facts, big face. Yeah, that is the right answer. Your daughter shouldn't be around him. Now, if you got a fucking kid daughter, right? You know, that's, you know, his case don't even involve kids. What it do involve is grown participant women. Those women participated in those activities for the love of money. It was all in the name of money and fame. You know what I'm saying? They was all compensated. All the women was compensated. Even the woman that said he paid a $10,000 rent. Can you imagine somebody giving a person $10,000 a month? That's, you know, that's kind of hard to walk away from. Yeah. OG, word on the street, Diddy is snitching. Now, and they making deals. Hey, man, that's possibly true. That's possibly true. But at the end of the day, you got to give a ball, a strike, like I say. Here it is. Sean Combs is in jail for those cases, facing a substantial amount of time. This is a man that spent money his whole life, has never ever been to jail, have never ever seen the inside of a jail, right? So guess what? It's possible that he gonna tell something. Real spill. Yeah, it's possible he gonna tell something. And guess what? It ain't just him. It ain't just him. It's a lot of people that go to jail, they never been to jail, that tell something. Regular motherfuckers. So it wouldn't be alarming if he told something. Yeah, it wouldn't be alarming if he told something. It wouldn't even be no surprise if Sean Diddy Combs told something. But I will say this though. If in fact the defense team was gonna bring some people in his defense, it was gonna expose some more people. If they would have brought some people to the witness stand in his behalf, it was going to expose some more people, right? And a lot of people's lives was going to get turned upside down. Because we know one thing, it ain't rocket scientists, right? That he didn't participate in all them damn freak-offs and orchestrate all that shit by himself. He had some help. And there's a lot of people know right now what happened for real. He been charged with what he charged with, but I'm quite sure, man, a billionaire, he done did more shit than he's charged with, right? And there's a lot of people know that. So to bring other people forward to testify on his behalf is one thing about them fucking systems. This is like this here. If you know this, then you know that. That's how the game go. If you know this, what we asking you, that means you know some more shit. Real talk. See, his mama's gonna talk because she can't afford to go to jail. Real talk. hey man, that's possibly true. You know, I've seen closer family members tell shit. I seen a brother tell it on a brother, a mother tell it on a mother, and a daughter tell it on a father. All that shit is hand in hand when the real pressure come on. And that ain't just with them. That's with anybody that ain't been put through a system where it's threatening to take their life away from them. Them people ain't tried and tested. So for them to tell it, that ain't no motherfucker, that won't be no surprise. That ain't rocket scientists. Dudes go on the stand and tell it for less than that. But all I'm saying is this. All these people that participated in this case, man, from Cassie to 50 Cent's baby mother, all these people participated in this case. All these people were willingly participators. All these people knew one thing, that I'm a female in this case, and when I get called up to perform, it's possibly gonna be 4 or 5 guys that I'm gonna have to be there and fuck around with. They already knew all that, man, right? This ain't no case of Sean Combs murdered nobody. This ain't that kind of case. This is a case to where people, characters on the line. All them women that you seen testify, guess what? All them people participated in that shit. And the motherfucking rooster done came to crow, so guess what? They want to clear their name. They want to clear their name because all these people got real lives now, right? All these people got real lives now. What about the secret wall? What about the secret wall? Shit, they okay. They got tapes and they got all that shit. They got all that shit in there behind them walls and all of that. That's fine. But the point I'm trying to make is this. It ain't no kids in this case. All these people are adults. Yeah, they dropped that Arson case. Yeah, that kid cut his shit, came up there and he said Puff Daddy threw a cocktail Molotov inside his motherfucking Porsche and blew it up because he was putting in work on Cassie. Man, they dropped that shit. They dropped that because they knew one thing. Man, hey, it ain't even no DNA in this thing to show that this man blew this up. You know, I just think, like I said, man, this is a clear case of assassinating a man's character. That's what that shit is. This is a clear, hey, what's up, what's up? What's up, Slim? Got Slim in the building, straight out of LA, man. Like I said, this is a clear case of a man's character is getting assassinated and other people, you know, that's just what that is. Yeah, or whatever it is, man. Yeah, in every society now, they won't surprise me if he gets away. You gotta look at it. I'm trying to figure out, you saying if he get away with it, right? I'm like you. They should all go to jail. Ain't no doubt. If he go to jail, you gotta lock Cassie up too. Lock all them motherfuckers up. Well, lock all of them up. If Sean Combs go to jail, lock Cassie up and all the rest of that shit, cause you couldn't be around him and not know what's going on. But you only want to come and tell it when everything exposed. Why? Because what done happen is you done messed with Sean Combs for so long, he done provided you with a life and gave you financial status, and you don't want to lose that shit. So the only way you keep the life you got, this is what you got to do and not suffer from character assassination. Well, newsflash, Cassie, your shit already been blowed up. Yeah. The Punisher already, you call the Punisher. Yeah. I'm just trying to tell you. Hey, man, it ain't, listen what I'm trying to tell you. Listen what I'm telling you. You saying it is because not he'll get away with all his crimes. It's been worse of crimes than that. You got to realize and understand the man ain't killed nobody. Everybody that's testifying against him is still alive. And the only thing is hurt is they pride in their character. And they allowed that shit to happen. He ain't put nobody in the ground. He ain't on court for that. He ain't going to jail for that. And you got a lot of people talking about Kim Porter. They ain't proved that shit. Yeah, they ain't proved none of that. You know, real talk. Uh-oh, somebody said you close to going out. Well, that's fine. You know, dead men don't talk. All I can say is this. You got to know what you're getting into before you get into it. And I'm quite sure, guess what? Somebody said, big face, what did I do? Just state my opinion, that make you mad. No, I got him, let him hang around. He ain't doing no trolling. He having a conversation with me. I don't mind going, you know, I don't mind to agree to disagree. Yeah. No, you good, you can hang around, man. I ain't gonna ban you. I can handle it. You just state your opinion, and this is the channel for that. Come on over and state your opinion, man. Like I said, not open up. This is a channel where we welcome everybody. Race, creed, color, sex, it don't matter, man. Come on in. The only way you get kicked out if you go to trolling. Now, if you're over here having a productive conversation, you allowed to stay. I just don't like the voluntary ignorance. And I got boots on the ground that take care of that. So let him stay. He good. My wife calls what he doing on with Diddy as a buyer remorseful. Well, hey, man, it is what it is. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Ain't no doubt. We all grown. We all grown in here. All I'm saying is this. You know, some people saying, well, Epstein. Hey, man, Epstein had kids. You know, even the great R. Kelly had sex with kids. You know what I'm saying? No, I can't state my opinion. I'm probably banned. No, you good. If you was going to be gone, you'd have been gone a long time ago. I just gave you a pass now. Don't talk yourself on trying to be gone. If you want to leave, you can leave, right? I already gave you a pass. I told boss man you was good. So don't do that now. We ain't that kind of platform. We ain't just going to kick you out because you can have an opinion. I already told you, man. Opinions are like what? And everybody got one. I make opinions that don't mean they facts. People don't have to agree with me, which is fine. That's the way I like it, because if I'm the smartest person in the room, we're in a world of trouble. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just not understanding. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Germany? It's all good. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. I ain't gonna be here long. I already gave you my word. I'm on my way out. I just thought I'd stop by, man, and shine some light on some people. And you know, because I don't know who going through no hard time. Somebody might need a conversation, man. Yeah, when he thoughts about the prosecutor withholding the other big name rapper, the defense attorney were pushing the release. It is what it is. I can, like I said, man, I see where you're coming from, man. It is what it is, man. All right, we'll get back with you. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah, it's all good. You more than welcome. Come on back. What you say, you good to see you, man. Highlight of my week. Whatever, man. Grown folks doing things that are younger and getting morals is stupid. Folks need to be grown, ain't no doubt. Because if you was a real woman, you ain't gonna step in the room with no 5 guys nowhere and let nobody put work in on you. Make an example out of him. Hey, man, I ain't saying he gonna get off. That just might be the case. They might make an example out of it, right? But it's been many men made example out of it before him. So it ain't just him. Is Diddy going free? Well, that's yet to be seen. Or, you know, it's yet to be seen, but I will say this, right? It all gets down to how the jury is going to vote, and I don't see how any 12 jurors are going to vote guilty or innocent. It is, hey, like I said, if you asking me what's going to happen, right? My answer is this. I don't know. It all depends on how people wake up in the morning. He's guilty of being a freak, that's for sure. That's for sure. If he beats the case, he's gonna get snatched up on him. What make you say that? What make you? Yeah, what make you say he gonna get snatched on the street? Hey, what you man? What make you? That man got so. That man is a billionaire, man. Yes, Diddy love it. Diddy still in federal custody. Take that. Yeah, Abdullah said, y'all take that. He's still in custody. Yeah, there ain't enough money in the world to make no shit. Rather than without that, everyone don't have the same morals and ethics. You right about that. I'm just saying what I said. Yeah. Nobody gonna touch this. They gonna be running to get back. Ain't no doubt. I was gonna say that, but thank you for saying it, right? People saying that once he leave, if he found not guilty, ain't nobody gonna associate him with him no more. Hey man, you crazy as fuck, man. If you think ain't nobody gonna associate with Sean Diddy Combs if he beat this case, you crazy. If you think he still don't have billionaire friends or millionaire friends, you crazy. You know why he gonna always continue to have those friends? You know why he always gonna continue to have them friends of that status? Cause they know he knows shit that don't nobody else know. That's why he gonna continue to have the friends that he have. Yeah, they can't wait. They can't wait to go to another freak off. I'm trying to, hey man, it was so many unnamed people at them parties. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, they gonna crank it back up all white. Hey man, they gonna crank it right back up, man. That shit ain't gonna change, man. He say he probably a freak nation. He might probably is. Cass already say she still love him. That's the point. Okay, now, hold up on right there. Let me elaborate on that. Now, check this out. Somebody said, I'm pissed. I'm still waiting for my invite, man. You got to get in that money club. They'll let you in. Cassie say she still love him, right? I'm trying to tell y'all, Cassie done went off and had kids with the motherfucking personal trainer that ain't got close to the money that Sean Combs got. And the only way the personal trainer got close to her is through Sean Combs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He knows some shit. But he ain't gonna be willing to come on that stand. Why? Because he got kids by Cassie. And his life wouldn't be nothing if she didn't have the money that was provided for her through Sean Combs. Yeah, her money, ain't no doubt. Yeah, that's the only reason, goddamn it, she only, if listen what I'm finna tell y'all. If in fact, this case don't come up, she never say nothing. Real talk. If in fact, ain't 50 Cent baby mama too, all them people is the same people, man. All them people in the same people, man. They did all that shit for the love of money and for the love of status, living status. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She mad someone else getting the money. Real spill, man. That shit ain't just coincidence. I'm telling you, if she never ever become that tape in that hallway at that hotel, she would have never said nothing, man. Real talk. You got to understand one thing. The money she was spending and the money she was coming into, you think she wanted to walk away from that? Y'all heard what the Punisher said? The Punisher said Cassie called him. Sean Diddy Combs didn't call him. She called him. She called him to put some work in on her. She called him. That's why I said what I said a few minutes ago. If you gonna have him on trial, she got to be on trial too, man. But I get it. All the people that's testifying against him, all these fucking people are friends. Y'all ain't noticed that? All the people that's testifying him are friends. Yeah, young, she got the money and left. You don't see her trying to come up on that motherfucking stand and say, hey, he did this to me. Because you know why? Without his money, she wouldn't have that life. You know what I'm saying? You saying extortion. I'm saying voluntary. All that shit was voluntarily, man. Yeah. Ain't no doubt. I'm gonna always keep it 100 Slim, real spill. I'm just gonna give a ball, a strike, a strike. And for those that don't know what I mean when I say give a ball, a strike, a strike, ain't no gray lines in between where I'm coming from. Ain't no gray lines in between where I'm coming from. You either gonna do it or you ain't gonna do it. Ain't no outside shit. Like he said, they all was extorting him. Well, I put it like this here. It was a double-edged sword in this situation, right? You know how most men would pay women to come and do shit? It's the reverse side, right? It's the reverse side, right? Sean Combs paid men to come to his Freakoffs. He didn't pay women, he paid men. He paid men to come and put work in on Cassie while he sit in the corner, right? Sean Combs sit in the corner. See how I'm sitting in this chair? That's what he did. He sit in the corner and watch the Punisher put in work on Cassie, right? And just like the Punisher said, he said, I really couldn't even concentrate because due to the fact I looked over the motherfucking corner, I seen a silhouette, and then I figured out, whoa, man, that's motherfucking me, the one and only Sean Combs. That's Puff Daddy in the corner, right? I'm just telling people, man, right? He was a weird person. A man with a bunch of money was weird. He wasn't buying no cats. He was ordering torpedoes, right? This is a man that was ordering torpedoes. Yeah. What happened to all the children? Ain't no children in this case. This was a case that was conjured up by the DA that was in office before Trump got there. Before Trump, this was a DA that was a part of that office in the Biden administration. He was a DA, and as soon as Trump got elected, he left. This is his case. This case right here ain't the initial case. Yeah, real talk. What happened to the 3 witnesses? I don't know. How about all them drugs? It ain't never been illegal to have no motherfucking baby oil. You can go down the street right now and buy cases and cases of baby oil. It ain't never been illegal to have that shit. Yeah, Veronica Graham said, she started laughing when I said torpedoes. Yeah, that's just my way of tailoring that shit. I don't want to sound too graphic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want to sound too graphic. That's why I said Sean Diddy Combs wasn't ordering no cats, right? He wasn't ordering no cats. He was ordering torpedoes. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever hear about how they went after all those Democrat supporters? Sorry, you all good, man. Y'all hit that like button for me. Y'all heard about Will Live Feed, hit the like button, man. And if y'all ain't subscribe to the channel, man. I am who? I am the one and only Mr. 110. Yeah. Oh, I know you knew what I was saying. I was saying that for the people that didn't know what I was saying. Yeah. What he's guilty of is being gay. I'm gonna put it just plain and simple, right? He's guilty of being a sausage lover, right? And hey, he's a sausage lover. Simple as that. And you know, you can't even call that fucked up because that's his life. That's his life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, too much hanging with Cleve. Yeah, Cleve Davis is the one put him in the business here, you know. Cleve Davis probably squeezed one off on him, you know. Cleve Davis probably greased him down, you know, squeezed one off on him, And, yeah, full of them hot link sandwiches, man. Y'all already know where I'm coming from. That's what he guilty of, man. He guilty of liking hot links. Hey, man, look, that's what he guilty of. He guilty of liking, he buying hot links. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He guilty of buying hot links, right? He bought all the hot links and brought them to his spot. And he sit in the corner, and that's what and that's what he guilty of. But these other people, you see, look at all the fake ass lawsuits, right? He guilty of abuse. Well, hey man, you can't abuse no grown ass person. I'm sorry, but I can't believe that. You probably can abuse a grown person one time, but when that grown person return, then they're abusing themselves. And I don't believe in no fucking manipulation and you got power over me with your money. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no money. Because if a woman is getting too many torpedoes put on at one time, and she come back and keep getting them torpedoes put on, she out of there. You know what I'm saying? He kicked that lady in the head. Man, look, lady, look. No disrespect towards nobody. No disrespect, right? I'm not disrespecting nobody. That wasn't the first time he did that. And was he wrong as hell for doing that? You right. Because if that was my sister, that'd have been the last time he done that shit. Yeah. He guilty of nothing. No one made them do nothing. They did it. I'm already saying that. I'm saying that from the start, when the case first started. Because for one, these wasn't no kids. These was no juvenile delinquents. These were grown adult women. These women like this lifestyle. Yeah, these women like this lifestyle. Diddy knew he was going to need receipts. That's why he had cameras everywhere. It is what it is, man. I ain't on Diddy's side. Fuck Diddy. I'm being real straight across. Y'all know me. I'm going to give a ball, a strike, a strike. I'm not on his side. No form of fashion. Because if Cassidy was anything attached to me, I wouldn't care how much money Sean Combs got. I would have kicked him in his ass. Real talk. Videos don't lie. Okay, then that's abuse. If you would not let him another man. But that ain't, what I'm saying is this. Listen to what I'm telling you. Cassie knew she was getting kicked in her ass. She didn't have to stay there to keep doing that. She didn't have to stay there, but she went back time and time again due to the fact she was in a situation hoping a person would change, right? Because she already said, oh, I loved him, so I would do anything for him. Well, hey, man, love is a secondhand emotion when you're in the wrong motherfucking situation. And some grown women figure that out, and some women don't. But I will guarantee you, if that was a man that didn't have the statue and the money that Sean Combs had, she wouldn't have went back. She wouldn't have went back. If that was just a regular person with no money, she would have took that ass whooping one time and wouldn't have went back. Real tight. Yeah, like he said, Ike was beating Tina, the same thing. She went back. See, the thing about it, though, is this, man. Let's not forget the lifestyle that Sean Combs provided for these people. He provided a lifestyle that they couldn't provide for themselves. So that's why a lot of these people hung around. It had nothing to do with no fucking manipulation. If you was homeless and somebody come along like Sean Combs, you gonna weigh that shit out. Do I want to go back under that bridge or do I want to live over here? Most people gonna say, I want to live over here and I'm gonna take what come with it. That's what that situation was. Because how can you still say you love somebody when they dragging you down the fucking hallway? What kind of love is that? What kind of love is that? Right? All I'm saying is this, man, is that the man is guilty of ordering torpedoes for women. Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. Like Big Faye, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why you need your own money at home, etc. But you got to realize one thing. These people were looking past what they had. They was looking forward to what they can get. These people wanted careers. These people wanted careers in the industry. That's what this shit was about. That's what it was about, right? And she came into the situation when she was young, right? I get that. I get it. She came in the situation while she was young. So what happens when you young? Right? What's good? What's good? Y'all hit that like button, man. If y'all heard about Well Live Feed, hit the like button. Ain't no sense in me keep saying that. Hit the like button. If you heard about Well Live Feed, hit the like button. I have seen two broke people fight like that. My point is, it's abuse. When Kim tried to leave, they killed her. You can't prove that shit, man. Ain't no way you can prove that. All that shit is pure speculation, and as of right now, it's so opinionated, man. So I can't buy that. He ain't on court for Kim Porter. He ain't in court for Kim Porter. He ain't in court for that. And the same very kids Kim Porter had by Sean Combs support their daddy. If they felt the way you felt, they wouldn't even be around him. And what you say about that? What you say about that? Yeah, they sit in front row. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm just saying, man. I don't know if he killed her. Nobody knows. So at this point, I don't know. Speaking on something you don't know about, goddamn right, I don't know about it. If you referring that to me, that's why I ain't speaking on it. I don't know if the man killed her or not. But I'm quite sure if it was evidence that he did that, he'll be on trial for something else. But he can't get tried in a court of social media, man. He can't get tried. People just don't have that kind of power in the social media world. All that shit is opinionated based. Right now, he in court for having too many freak-offs, dragging Cassie down the hallway, and a bunch of crying-ass women coming to the stand, say he abused me, when they was more than willing to accept this money. That shit was all about money, man. It wasn't about nothing else but money. Because it take one time for you to see a man that's fucked up, and most women ain't gonna return. Real talk. Oh, it's all good, man. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, we gonna have a conversation, man. That's why I always say, all this social media shit is opinionated based, man. Even I'm giving my opinion. And it don't mean nothing to a lot of people, which I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying is this, we all not gonna feel the same way. We ain't gonna feel the same way because we don't see the same thing. But what I am saying is this, is no kids involved. Ain't no kids involved in this case. All these people are grown adults. Grown adults. And if you ain't noticed, all these people are fucking friends. Cassie friend with Kid Cudi. The other lady, Jane Doe, friends with Cassie. All these are friends. All these are ex-associates of this person that he did bad. But you got to admit one thing. They wouldn't have the motherfucking life if it wasn't for him. The same person that they say did him bad or did all of them bad, you got to admit, they wouldn't have that life if it wasn't for him. Because I don't care what they do. You think Cassie be a fucking millionaire if she was trying to make it on her own? Hell no. She didn't come into no money until she came into Sean Combs. And the shit that he was doing, she got exposed to his lifestyle. He didn't get exposed to her lifestyle because her lifestyle was being fucking broke. He had money when she cut into him. She wanted to be a motherfucking superstar. She wanted to be a superstar. Yeah. But just didn't know she was getting involved with a weird person. She was getting involved with a weird person, right? And that weird person was Sean Combs. Real talk. Ain't no doubt. If you know the streets, you know the game. Yeah. Yeah, they was looking for a certain type of lifestyle. I understand. In other words, let me put this shit in layman's terms, in street terms, right? She got played on. So did all the rest of them. They got played on. Because for one, they was looking for a free ride. And Sean Combs was looking for a freak off. And they was the perfect candidates for this freak off. It's a such thing, if you keep campaigning, you're going to get elected. And they got elected into his motherfucking game. And he drugged their ass. He drug them. Yeah, he drug them. He drug them. That's all he did. He drug them. Yeah. They all got what they wanted. And where I'm from, guess what they say? Fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. It just all depends on how you get robbed, right? And that's what that is. Arson was a minor. Do you see Arson on that motherfucking stand? Yeah. Do you see Arson on the stand? You don't see Arson on that stand saying how Sean Combs used the baby all on him. You don't see them. You don't see him on that stand, do you? You don't see him speaking against Sean Combs, do you? It's a reason why he ain't speaking against Sean Combs. Remember that. It's a lot of people that can speak against him. A lot of people that can speak against him. But you know the reason why they not? Because without him, they wouldn't have that lifestyle. Yeah, Justin Bieber was a minor, right? You don't see him speaking on the stand. Of course not. He ain't speaking on the stand. He got his own demons right now. Justin Bieber got his own demons right now. But a lot of people is one thing, like I say. Sean Combs is guilty of ordering torpedoes to have sex with the women that he was involved with. That's what he guilty of. Yeah, that's what he is guilty of, the drugging. Hey, man. Hey, it's one thing I say. He gave his testimony. Yes, they know he was a... Well, I ain't seen you when he been on the stand. Did Justin Bieber come to the courtroom and testify? The DA ain't called him up there. You know, we just having a conversation because you might know something I don't know, or you might have watched something that I didn't watch. I ain't never seen him testify. And for all the people that testified, they was front and center, whether they mentioned their name or not. You know? Yeah. All I'm saying is this, man, is that people not testifying for a reason. I'm just trying to tell you. People not coming forward for a reason. And there's a lot of people that was close to Sean Combs. A lot of them. And it's a lot of people participating in a lot of things that he had going on. Them people ain't coming forward because you know why? They like the lifestyle they live. And they want to keep them motherfucking skeletons put up. J-Lo is one of them. Real talk. I do know something maybe you should know. Shoot, go for it. Give me something that you think I should know. Go for it. You know, like I said, once again, I ain't fuck Sean Combs. I ain't taking up for him. Whatever happened to him, it's gonna happen to him. All I'm saying is this here, is that people go looking for shit, and then they don't get what they looking for, and then the situation get exposed, they want to play victim. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, they want a little career. He wanted some freak-offs. So he paid for that, right? He paid for that. Once again, Cassie would not have the life she have without Sean Combs. She know that. She said it herself. I love him. Oh, well, you know. And it's crazy because, like I said, she wouldn't be in the courtroom if they didn't make her come to the courtroom. She wouldn't be there. They made her come there. Yeah, what if they didn't like what was going on? Why did they call the law? It's a reason why they didn't call the police. It's a reason why they didn't call the police. They didn't call the police. Hey, man, it's like this here. You can't call the police when you're involved in the crime. Think about it. Do you actually think, listen what I'm telling you. The man said it on the stand, man, the Punisher. The Punisher said it on the stand. Cassie is the one that arranged everything. Sean didn't call me, she did. So what that tell you? They are preaching being covered up. Movie producers, the state has accepted the money. Those parents should be going to jail too. I said that a few minutes ago. That's what I said. If he go to jail, Cassie need to go to jail. Because as of right now, she playing victim. She was with him long enough to introduce a lot of freak-offs to a lot of people. You think she didn't introduce a lot of freak-offs to a lot of people? Come on, man. She brought people into that shit. Yeah. She brought people into freak-offs. You know? That's just what that is, man. Like I said, man, in layman's terms, street terms, she got played on. She was on the outside looking in, and when she got in, it wasn't what she thought it was. The party was different. Real talk. Yeah. Real talk. Big Face, take care of that for me, man. Hey, man, I ain't got the tolerance right now, man. Yeah. All trolls accepted only if you making sense. If you ain't making no sense, I got boots on the ground, man. I'm letting you know that right now. And they do got grease on the steel toes. They're gonna kick your ass out. So, like I was saying, 3 charges got dropped against Sean Combs. Now, whether that's good or whether that's bad, that's up to the 12 people that's sitting on the jury, right? But I do know one thing. The man that filed this case against Sean Combs left when Donald Trump took office. He left this case with these people that's trying him now. This ain't even their case. This is somebody else's case. That's the other DA case. Yeah, she is a daddy answer when she participated and collaborated with the. Hey, I've been saying that. If you gonna send him to jail, send her too. She only crying like that, you know. She crying like that due to the fact, guess what? The motherfucking wool has been pulled off the motherfucking thing. It's been pulled out. I'm not a troll. I do have a talk show, but let's talk. Since we talking, no harm done. Facts. I ain't never say you was no troll. I ain't trying to get you kicked out. I don't mind about you speaking your piece. Yeah, this is to me it's nothing but dialogue. That's all it is. It ain't no wrong or no right. I told you when I open up, I listen, I don't judge. And I'm not the smartest person in the room. That's what makes us all different, right? You got a podcast, guess what? Drop your link in the podcast and I'll come over there and we can discuss some things. Real talk. My boy said a lot of people need to go to jail. That's a fact. But you got to understand one thing. See, when jail comes up, the ball game changes, right? Y'all ain't never noticed that? Y'all ain't never noticed that? When jail shows up, or when the people show up, threatening to send people to jail, see, the ball game changes. because nobody wants to go to jail, right? Can you imagine if jail never comes up in this situation? Let's talk about that hypothetically. If jail never comes up in this situation, if they never raise Sean Combs' house and get all the baby oil and Vaseline, right? Can you imagine that? We wouldn't even be having this conversation. Cassie wouldn't even be a motherfucker on that stand. She wouldn't be on that stand. No. You know why? Because she know in her heart, the lifestyle she live now, she got that from that man that's being tried right now. And even if he go to jail, she still ain't gonna sleep good at night. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to tell you, even if Sean Combs go to jail, Cass ain't gonna sleep good at night. Because you know why? Because she knows she played a part in that shit. And every dog has his day, right? And she a dog that ran in this motherfucking race. She just ain't on the other side of that jury box. Yeah. And I'm quite sure, guess what? Sean Combs knows some shit against her, but he ain't gonna tell it though. That's what people ain't understanding, right? He knows some shit against a lot of people. And if he told some shit, it'll be messy work right now. It'll be crazy work if he told what he told, right? I don't think people looking at that shit. This man is a fucking billionaire. He done played in a lot of people's backyard. In other words, he done played in a lot of these people's games, right? I'm talking about he played in a lot of these people's games at the highest level. At the highest level, he played in a lot of these people's games. He knows shit about people that other people don't know. And there's a lot of people right now thanking him for not exposing their ass. They thanking him, but you ain't gonna never hear that though, right? Like I said, the people up there crying wolf now, they wouldn't have the lifestyle if it wasn't for Sean Combs, right? Yeah, he fucked up in the head. Yeah, he got fucked up ways. Yeah, he weird. He weird as hell. Yeah, he weird. And I got to agree with he weird because normal people don't operate like that. Normal people don't order torpedoes. Yeah, normal men don't order torpedoes. They pay cats. Yeah, but he ordered torpedoes for the cats so he can sit back in the corner. Yeah, he weird as fuck. But he ain't murdered nobody. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't done none of that. I've seen worse people than him. We all have. But for some reason, he's a monster. Oh, he need to go to jail for life. He need to do this for life. They don't say that about people they see get killed in the fucking street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Real talk. They don't even say that about people that they know is convicted murderers. Now they don't say nothing about that, right? Yeah, they don't say nothing about that, but I get it though. We live in a world to where people supposed to be subject and act in a certain way according to other people's rules and regulations. All I'm saying in this here, man, is the man guilty, right? The man is guilty of being a certified, high-powered freak on both ends of the field. He like torpedoes and he like cat. He like both of them, but he pay for more torpedoes than he do cat, right? And it's just a game that's been flipped, right? It ain't no different than Hugh Hefner played. Hugh Hefner had a whole fucking Playboy mansion. He had a whole Playboy mansion with Playboy bunnies running around butt naked. Butt naked. Yeah, that's what I just said. Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner. He had a whole Playboy mansion, right? A whole Playboy mansion with a book and everything, right? These was prostitutes. They was on front of a goddamn Playboy magazine. Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm just telling you. Hugh Hefner. But I get it though. I get it. I know why Sean Combs is being prosecuted in the public. I know why. And some people might say, oh, that ain't the case. Yeah, it is the case. This is a black man in a white man's lane. Simple as that. You ain't got no business in this motherfucking lane. This lane was created for these people right here. Stay your ass out the way. Yeah. And that's just as real as I can put it. But I know some people gonna say, oh, you wanna make it out of this. No, I'm making out of what I see it. Because wasn't no kids in this motherfucking case. It started off saying trafficking, 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 trafficking. But all I see is grown ass people participate in some for the love of the money and the lifestyle. That's what I see. So it's a ball and it's a strike. In this case right here, right? 3 cases have been dropped. Whether that's gonna make a difference or not, we don't know. The defense ain't calling nobody to testify. That's crazy. High-powered lawyers ain't calling nobody to testify in their motherfucking client's behalf, right? Donald Trump chimed in on it. Well, I'll see, right? Although me and Puffy used to be friends, you know, we spent a lot of time together. But when I turned to politics, he said nasty things about me. That's what the president said. That's what the president said. But I will say this. This is what he said. If I feel he's getting treated unfairly, then I'll step in. Right? This is, y'all seen it like I seen it. Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. Okay. All I'm saying is this, man. And I said it here before. If he's found guilty and convicted before or when it's time for Donald Trump to leave office, Sean Combs will be pardoned. Simple as that. And just like he said, the president, there's a lot of people gonna be mad from when I don't say nothing, when I do say something. But I can read between the lines. Yeah, do you think Puppet could have been on the magazine? Yeah, hell no. He ain't been on no magazine. You got to understand one thing. It don't matter how much money you get. It don't matter how much money you get. You still a jackass in a Kentucky Derby race. If y'all can read between the lines. This is America. It don't matter how much money you get. You still gonna be a jackass in the Kentucky Derby. You just a jackass with money. That's all that means. Yeah, he was at the party. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, he was at the parties. He was at a lot of Sean Combs' parties. He participated in a lot of things with Sean Combs. Yeah, but I don't know why people keep missing that. I don't understand that. Why y'all keep missing that? You know, this ain't no lower level guy that's going to court right now. And what's so crazy about it, ain't no kids involved. That's what I'm telling y'all. Ain't no kids involved in this case, right? Now, I will say this. If he was being charged for domestic violence, right? If he was being charged for domestic violence, they'd have had a case, right? It'd have been a pretty good case, because you can't argue with videos and all that shit. You know, we seen it. We all seen it. You know, we seen Cassie get drugged down the hallway. You know, and I'm quite sure she done got drugged before. Yeah. Somebody said Puffy getting 20 years, not life. I tell you this, Puffy ain't never been convicted of nothing. So if he is sentenced, they're gonna have to sentence him by the guidelines of the federal prison. Just keep that in mind. He will be sentenced by the guidelines. It ain't like he a felon. Yeah, remember that. Shit, my boy said he's not going to jail. Hey, man, like I said, everything in life is opinionated based until it becomes facts. Put it like that. What's a fact is he's been in jail, denied bond, right? Yeah. Why do you think they're not hitting him in what cases about Cassie? What you mean? Why I think they're not hitting him? He already paid for that case. Cassie wouldn't be in the position she was in now if he hadn't paid for that case. That case wouldn't even never be in the courts if it was never on that recorded, because she wasn't going to say nothing. She ain't the one mad. Y'all keep missing the point. Cassie ain't mad. Yeah, she ain't mad. It's the people in the public that's mad, because these people got a public perception of how people supposed to be treated. But this is not the person. The only perception you can have about how a person is treated is how you treat it. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The only person or perception that a person should have is how a person treats you. People in the public are more mad at Sean Combs than Cassie is. She wasn't going to tell it. She wasn't going to say nothing. It's the public pressure in the video that made her say something. Like I'm telling y'all, that wasn't the first time that happened to her. That wasn't she been along with Sean Combs forever. Lots of times. Yeah. Greetings, no one talking about who turned out Diddy. Cleve, we already know who turned him out, man. It's the man that gave him Bad Boy Records, man. That's a self-explanatory, man. Yeah. Y'all hit that like button, man. Yeah. If y'all heard about Way Alive feed, make sure y'all subscribe. I am Mr. 110. That's who I am. And everybody's welcome. Yeah. I listen, I don't judge. Because everything is opinion-based. Yeah. That's what I call. Everything is opinion-based until it becomes a fact. And the fact of the matter is today that Sean Combs had 3 of his cases dropped, but he still resides in a New York jail, waiting for his fate, whether he be found guilty or not. That's what it is. What you mean why I think they didn't put him on the stand? For what? They'd have ate his ass alive. Yeah. That's why they didn't put him on the stand. They didn't put him on the stand. They would have ate his ass alive. They'd have asked him questions about shit that he never wanted to talk about. Most people that got that kind of money don't take the stand. They just sit back and let the lawyers go through all that shit. Young Thug didn't take the stand. He just sit back. When it looked like he was going to be cooked, y'all see what happened? People was betting against him. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It ain't no different than when O.J. Simpson was going to trial. People just swore to God he was cooked. He didn't take the stand. So people with that kind of money don't defend themselves. Even people without that kind of money defend themselves. You know, people just don't take the stand and further incriminate themselves. Yeah, I feel you. I'm just saying, I ain't no law school student, but guess what? I did 25 years in that system, so I know what that system is like. So nobody don't have to tell me about it. I know what it's like. Yeah. I know exactly what it's like, but I know what I'm looking at too, at a man in the courtroom with willing participants. He ain't on trial for what he did. Yeah, he ain't on trial for what he did because it ain't never been illegal to buy millions of dollars worth of baby oil and put it on somebody's body, especially a willing participant. Those people participated in those freak-offs willingly. But I get it. Public perception is everything in today's society. And if you can get the people to go against you, guess what? It is what it is. It is what it is. And he's being persecuted by the public. This is what you call public assassination. Yeah. Yeah. This is what you call public assassination. His character is getting assassinated, right? And even if he do beat the case, guess what? What's up, Waco? They hope to assassinate his whole character. It is what it is, you know. They might have something greater coming or something bigger paid, or they wouldn't, or they want somebody bigger. It's always somebody bigger than him. It's somebody bigger than him right now. Just remember what I'm telling y'all. When you reach so high up the ladder, somebody say he going down. Nobody's disputing whether he going down or going free. That ain't the name of the game. There's a lot of people go down every day. But it's how you go down. That's the point about it. Yeah. Everybody, what goes up must come down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like trying to be your own defensive lawyer. But I get it, man. I get it, man. Yeah, they want to see if Diddy gonna drop names. Yeah, all I'm saying is here, man. I understand people speak from a perspective of what they see, right? What I mean by that, you got a lot of people comment about situations, but ain't never been in a situation, which ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Commenting on the situation and you ain't never been in that situation. People do it every day. That's your opinion. He broke Usher. Yeah, and guess what? I'm not denying that he did. But like I said a few minutes ago, you don't see Usher coming to that motherfucking stand and saying what he did to him. You know why? Because that can be more damaging to Usher than it is to a man that's already locked up. That's why you don't see Usher coming to the stand. Can you see yourself coming to the stand saying, Sean Combs did this to me, and you got a fucking wife sitting out there in the stand? Regardless how long it was ago, that's why Usher ain't came to the stand. Usher got a real life right now. Yeah. Real talk. Yeah. Usher got a real life right now, so he ain't coming to the stand trying to expose what happened between him and Sean Combs. He ain't doing that. That shit ain't happening. There's a lot of people ain't coming to the stand trying to expose what happened between them and Sean Combs. So they stand out of it. Yeah. The Prince of Dubai was at a freak hour. Yeah, where are the little kids? Hey, ain't no kids in this case, man. That's some shit that the federal prosecution made up, and that shit never came back up. All these people were grown and willing participants. That's what happened. Real spill. But anyway, man, I'm past my time. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And if whoever here that said they had a podcast, I hope you do well on your podcast. What's good, Kirby? It's all good. Check out a book called Seduction Exposed. I will do that. I'll do that. But like I said, man, for those that came here and spoke on whatever they feel was right or what they feel wasn't right, 34 Charge, now he the big homie. Ain't no doubt of the whole world. I say that all the time. But it is what it is, man. We live in a world right now, man, where public perception is everything, man. But don't push that shit that you believe in off on somebody else. As long as people treating you the way you supposed to be treated, right? And don't be brainwashed by what the public think. Because like I said, when I open this up, all these people that are involved in the Sean Combs case, these were willing participants. These people were grown. And the only reason they disgruntled now is because the wood done got pulled off the shit. And they involved in other people's lives. That's the only reason they upset, right? Real spill. That's real as I can put it. But don't let public perception weigh in on you and how you live your life. If you ever run into a Sean Combs, and guess what? And you recognize before it happened, get away. Don't go for the money, because if you stay, you're gonna put yourself in a victim's place, and guess what? Once you return once, you'll return again. Then it becomes a repeated cycle, and you just might be Cassie. You just might be Cassie. You build your life off of somebody else. And then when it comes time for you to tell that person what you've been through, you embarrassed. You embarrassed. Public perception is everything to a lot of people. Until next time, man, y'all stay up and stay free.